Welcome to another episode of Potluck Podcast. And this is your butt hurt disclaimer.
Parental and/or sponsor advisory. Our goal is to offer a recovery-based podcast with a twist of humor. The expressions and opinions voiced here are those of the individual speaker and are not of the collective. Our primary purpose is to carry the message and to help others achieve sobriety. We don't feel the need to be original, but we certainly don't want to be extra crispy.
Crispy.
I'm Martin.
My name's Anthony.
And I'm Sean.
And behind me, we have a sign that someone that I work with drew for us. And so we are using it today. I hope y'all can read it, see it, and enjoy it. What do y'all think of it? Pretty neat.
I think it looks good, buddy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Big period at the end of it there.
Nice job.
Yeah.
We appreciate the contribution.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Very much appreciate
Shout
it.
out to Haley.
Good job, Haley.
We appreciate you.
So, guys, what a week, huh?
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah.
This week's been interesting to say the least.
To say the least.
You know what I mean? The most. I don't even have words for it, but it's been
So it's the least or the most?
either one. Either one you look at it. It doesn't matter how you look at it. You know what I mean? I could say a whole bunch and just like go into details, but that would be the most. And I don't have enough time. An hour and a half ish is not enough time.
Yeah.
Ish. Some people use that word.
Yeah, ish.
Yeah, that's a good word, I guess.
Ish?
Yeah, ish. It can be used in so many different ways.
Yeah.
Like the heck
I'm not
with this
elaborating.
ish.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
You're not getting me into that one.
No?
Nope.
Why?
Like
I don't like what come to mind. Not doing that one.
You don't like what come to mind with ish?
Exactly.
Exactly.
So you could be an ish washer.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
That
that's a
was
lot better.
stupid. I don't even know why I said that.
That's a lot better than what. Yeah.
What came to mind? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you. All right.
Oh,
So,
don't look now, buddy.
what? Is there something flying around?
Yeah, it's a stink bug. It's up,
Oh, it's up right on your back.
It's up around.
It's right there on
It's
your
up.
back.
It's up there on the wall. Turn around. Look
Open
up.
the window.
You're diverting.
I
To the
know it.
wall.
I know it. Sorry about that, y'all. Anyway,
We have
Yeah.
a studio
So-
audience, and the studio audience is
Being
Being
filmed in
bugged.
front of a live
Yeah.
studio audience.
um,
Yes,
Oh, I'm allergic. We
It was
can't
a-
have that.
it was a stink. It was a stink bug.
it's a stink bug.
It was definitely a stink bug.
it's a stink bug. It's right there.
Yeah,
on the
it
wall.
landed.
It's on the wall.
It's right there.
Up. It's up. No,
Okay.
it's above the door.
Yeah, it's right there. All right. Boom. We're filming in front of a live studio audio.
Yeah, we
No,
apologize.
no,
Nope.
we are
The
now
live studio audio
audience
has vacated.
free. The building has been vacated.
Anyhow, let's get back to
What
the
a start.
situation at hand. Yeah.
Yes.
So, guys, would you guys like to restart?
why
No.
would we?
Okay.
I mean, it's real life issues
Uncut,
that just
unedited,
happen.
bro.
Yeah, it is. Okay. So, how have you guys been this week?
You know, it's been a pretty decent week for me.
Has it?
Yes,
Good stuff.
I've been goofy all week.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's good.
I can't even wipe this smile off my face right now, and you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, it's funny you say that.
See
so
what
I
I'm
really-
saying? It's funny. I
It,
say
it,
that.
it is funny you say it.
He's
And
a
the reason
funny guy. Funny guy.
funny guy. You know what I mean? But the
Not that he
reason,
looks
think
funny.
I'm here to amuse you? Or I amuse you? It's funny how?
but like the reason that I say that is because like, all right, so I was watching. Of course, I told you I watched a lot of Kevin Gates, like his little interviews and shit like that. And he was talking to his camera or his camera guy, and he
Yeah,
was
we have a
like,
camera crew right there.
right there, yeah. So he was like,
Shout out to the camera.
I want you to take a picture of me with my mouth closed. You know what I'm saying? Like when he's not smiling, because
Yeah.
a lot of his pictures is always smiling.
Mhm.
And the cameraman like it's hard, bro, because you're always smiling. And then he looks and he's like, yeah, because I'm happy, like inside, peace.
Yeah.
So like, why not be happy? You know what I mean? And like with that, like I've noticed two things within myself. One, I smile a whole lot more, but then two, like yeah, I'm at peace. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm okay with who I am. You know what I mean? I'm okay with what I'm doing. Like I've never had that feeling before. Like it's hard for me not to smile. People will say that like I'm real calm. You know what I'm saying? Especially when something bad happens to me. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm still calm, and I'm able to stay calm for some reason. And I think it's because I'm at peace. You know what I mean? Like last week, I had a little bit of a situation occur, and like I was able to handle that situation, even though I wanted to handle it differently. I didn't. You know what I mean? I let it work its way out, and
I'm proud of you for that.
then it did. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was real hard. It was real hard. I don't really want to talk about the situation itself, but it's crazy. Like, cause I just kept praying about it. You know what I mean? And then it just worked its way out. You know what I mean? So I'm grateful for that. Grateful for you guys. I'm grateful for being able to talk to you guys about things that are going on, and then like not even just with just you guys, because there's other people, especially in the rooms, like with family. You know what I mean? So I can talk about these things and get these things out and not act on them today. I'm
Right.
grateful for that, for real. It was a lot. It was a lot. I mean, it still bothers me, but it's not like it did. You know what I'm saying? Not like it did at
It
all.
got a lot lighter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Sean, how was your week? I noticed you're a little congested, so
Yeah, I've been sick since about the middle of the week, but spent the last 3 days in the bed. I still don't really feel that good, but show must go on.
the show must go on.
yeah, it's crazy. Like, when I pulled in, I was like, "Is Sean here?" Because I've been hearing, he was sick.
Well, you can tell
Yeah.
when Sean's here when you pull in the parking lot.
Well, when I pulled in, there was like a couple of cars.
Oh.
It was blocking his car. So when I pulled in, I couldn't see it, and I was like, "Damn, is Sean here?" But when I pulled in, actually pulled in, I seen that he was here, and I was like, "All right, good." You know.
Sean drives that little red Pinto out there.
Yeah. 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 Like a roller skate. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like a little hatchback.
Yeah, so I can't recall. Like I said before, I've kind of got a still crispy potato chip brain up here,
Ruffles.
ruffling out the feathers up here. So when we started this podcast, it was in hopes to maybe give somebody a sense of hope
Yeah.
in themselves, where there maybe was none. I may or may not have shared about my daughter's incident about 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
She was assaulted in the truck.
Yes.
Yes, you did.
Well, I never really thought that the help would come in the form of myself.
Elaborate on that.
So she had listened to the podcast 2 weeks ago, and then she messaged me, and I've already kind of talked with her, and she said she gave me the okay to share this. So says, "Hey, I'm sorry I haven't talked to you in about a month, but I just wanted to let you know I saw your podcast and cried the entire time. I won't lie, I did used to have some resentment in my heart for you because I always thought, that's my dad. Why does he not want to be around me? Why does he not want to see me? Why does he not want to be involved in any of this success in my life? And I know that you live far away, and I just wish you lived closer, and I really want you to meet your grandson. I'm sure they would love to meet their granddad. And I pray for you every day, and I'm so proud of you. I'm so happy that you're clean. I love you. I hope you have a great day today." And and I don't even know how I would have reacted to that. Matter of fact, I wouldn't have got that message just around a year ago. Okay, but through the program, I'm saying, having a relationship with my higher power, who I call God today, I reply, "I do love you, Taylor, more than I could ever express. I'm so proud of the woman and mother you've become. You've been utterly blessed to not have been exposed to me. I was very sick and lost as a person. I'm very optimistic what God has in store for all of our futures now. I'm growing to know who I am as a person in this world now, and I'm finally in a place where there's a sense of confidence and peace with who I am and the person I'm learning to be. Hopefully I can make a trip down there before too much longer. P.S. Your message was right on time. Really brightened my day, that's for sure." And we kind of have had talks or whatever, contact, if you will, but it was basically just contact. But I feel like that really opened up another level of it. And, of course, it's up to me to expand on that. I don't know, man. It just took me back, really. I never really imagined I would be the one to get help from doing the podcast.
Yeah.
Like that was not in my
Yeah.
was not in my view. You know what I'm saying? But totally grateful. And if you're listening, Taylor, I hope you guys are doing well. And I will certainly do better.
Shout out to you, Taylor.
Shout out. So 2 things on that. I'm glad that you brought that up. The first thing, like that is the reason that I asked to be a part of this is because like I knew that it could possibly help somebody. No, I did not know it was gonna bring help to one of our own, but I knew that it could and it should bring some type of healing for somebody. But the second thing is like that gives me hope. You know what I'm saying? Because you're talking to someone. I'm someone that like I haven't seen my any of my kids really. The last time I seen my older 2 kids, they were 6 and 7 years old, or 5 and 6 years old. You know what I'm saying? They're like 12 and 13 now. You know what I mean? And like, I think I shared about this a couple episodes ago. Like that, I have to face that when I do finally get to talk to them again. Like I'm gonna have to ask them like, would you like for me to be a part of their lives? And I have to accept the fact that there's a possibility that they would say no. Not saying that they will say no, but there's that possibility that is what it's going to be. You know what I mean? And like hearing that and being able to be a part of that right there just gives me hope that they will want me in their life. You know what I'm saying? And even more so, like I don't want to say that's the reason that I've been doing what I've been doing because I've been doing this for me, but they are a big influence because I miss my kids very much. You know what I'm saying? And like me being able to see that right there, it makes the light at the end of the tunnel so much brighter. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a huge chance that they could realize like I mean they're still young. You know what I mean? But they could realize like okay, it's not that he just didn't want to be around because that's not the case at all. There's a bunch of different factors that play into a part in that. I really don't want to get in that situation, but the main part is I accept responsibility for the things that I've done and where I'm at now. You know what I'm saying? So all I can really do is continue to work on myself to continue to push to be a better person in hopes that when I do get to sit down with them and have this conversation, that it will, I'll say, go the way that God intends it to be. You know what I'm saying? Like I hope that they would want me around. You know what I mean? And but that right there, that hope. You know what I'm saying? I drew that from that right there. You know what I mean? I'm grateful I got to be a part of that. I'm grateful that we got to witness that right there. You know what I mean? To be a part of that because I'm sure that it gives other people that are going through similar things that we all have gone through hope as well. You know what I mean? And that's really the only reason why I decided to do this is because like I wanted, like I told you, I want to impact people on a greater scale. There's people that don't get to come to meetings, that don't get to talk to us on a day-to-day basis, that are going through these things that honestly, like myself at one point in time, deterred me from doing the right thing. You know what I mean? And hearing that, seeing that, being a part of that really does give me hope that one day I will get the same. You know what I mean? So, by the way, Felicity Darian, I love you. If you see this, I love you. If not, just know I still love you.
Same. I have a daughter. I talk to her and everything, and you know, we had a we've had a I don't know a weird different relationship. You know, um, she of course is still doing her thing, but she's starting to notice now what I'm doing, and she told me the other day she was proud of me, and that made me feel really really good because you know I can't divulge too much, but she's proud of me and she's doing better. Our relationship has gotten better, um, and I'm proud of her as well for just living. She's doing good. She's got her own place. You know, she shares a place with her cousin, and she's lifing out there. You know,
Yeah.
um, it's a struggle. I know. You know, to life and stuff as a young person. And so, yeah, shout out to you, Jessica, and I love you.
Yeah, I would just like to say, I thank you for your prayers, Taylor, and they definitely been answered.
And I know my mother is watching right now from up there, and I know she's really proud of me and us for what we're doing. You know,
Yeah.
I was blessed. You know, I was blessed that I got to spend her last years with her, her last 2 years with her as a clean person and as a changed man because I put her through hell and she witnessed me get better and work on myself and better myself. So, you know, I was at peace with her going like that. And I know she's watching me now
Yeah.
and saying, wow, that's my boy right
Yeah,
there.
it
You
is
know?
is along with my grandfather because I've shared with y'all before. Like my grandfather died, it destroyed me. You know what I mean? That was the man that raised me. That was what I'm saying. That was the father figure I had. But my dad was down the road. You know what I mean? He's always been like in and out. You know what I mean? And a lot of it like it was me. You know what I'm saying? Not so much him, but just the other day on my birthday, actually, my younger brother messaged me. My younger sister messaged me, told me they were proud of me. You know what I mean? And like things like that. Like my younger brother and I are the exact opposite. You know what I'm saying? So just to give you a little bit of a spectrum of how different we really are. Uh, yeah, of course, I've been locked up. I don't even know how many times. My brother's never been incarcerated at any point in time. As a fact, like his credit score is like an 850. It's retarded. You know what I mean?
Wow.
He's like 2 years younger than I am. My credit score is not. You know what I mean? But it just gives you like a spectrum, like where my brother stands, where I stand. Like it's it's crazy. But like to hear him say like I'm proud of you, I love you still. You know what I mean? Like that. It means a lot because I never heard it before. The last time I seen my brother up until his birthday was like 2021. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like for him to see like and actually be able to see me, for me to actually be present, for his birthday and actually show up for
Hmm.
his birthday, I know it meant a lot to him, but it meant a lot to me that he would ask me to even be a part of that because like I said before, like I a birthday, who cares about that? You know what I mean? And it's like to hear them say like I'm proud of you, I'm proud of who you're becoming, things like that. Like it makes you feel good. It makes you know what I mean? Like you said, it brightens up my day. Because
Yeah.
it. I don't do these things to hear these things. You know what I mean? But when you do hear them, it it, it allows you to take a look and like realize like you really are progressing. You know what I mean? Because like as addicts and as alcoholics, like I'll speak on myself. For me, I got to see the progression. And a lot of the times when we're in recovery and what I'm saying doing the next right thing, it's hard for us to see the progression that we have made in ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it takes someone else to point it out, like you've come a really long way, for you to realize that you really have come a long way. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? You really are changing. You really are progressing in life. You know what I'm saying? And that's really like it's really exactly what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know, just doing the next right thing is like you said, the programs changed my life in a very I'll say a dramatic way, but in a very good way. You know what I'm saying? Like it was needed. You know what I'm saying? I was definitely on a path to either one or two things. I used to think that saying was cliche or like just dramatic. You know what I'm saying? Like it's either death or institutions or you know what I'm saying? And like thinking about it like that's where I was going.
Yeah.
That was exactly where I was going. Like there is no way around that. You know what I'm saying? I spent, like I said, more than almost half of my life locked up. You know what I'm saying? So it was either that right there or I was gonna kill myself, and that is the truth. You know what I mean? You hear people talk about like in their stories and their leads, like, this is where I was going, this is where I was going, and like you hear that and you're like, well, maybe not. You know what I'm saying? But like in reality, that's exactly what was happening.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Well, 100%, that's what was happening.
Yeah. A lot of people they shun judges and people like that. You know.
Yeah,
Um, so there is an officer out there that has dealt with me in the madness, and I work at a restaurant. and I'm taking a smoke break, and I hear that this cop is in the restaurant, and he hasn't seen me since I have changed myself. So I'm like, man, I got to this cop knew me real well, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? So I said, I'm going out there and telling him, what's going on in my life. And I went out there and I talked to this cop and I told him, I've been 2.5 years clean, almost 3 years clean. I completely changed my life around, and I thanked him for what he has done for me, because I was out there in the madness. And we both kind of got teary eyed. Now he had his family out there with him. Okay,
Yeah.
they were doing a birthday, and he had his family out there with him. And I believe it was his brother. He gave me a little Jesus, and his
Yeah.
whole family circled up, and we all prayed.
Yeah.
And it was really amazing,
Yeah.
And I say that to say, when I did go through the system, um, the 3-strike rule. I was on my 5th strike when the judge said, he's supposed to. I knew I was going to jail. I knew I was about to do 5 years. That's
Yeah.
just the bottom line. Anybody that does what I did and that many times, they're getting ready to do some time.
Yeah.
And instead of saying PFO,
Yeah.
persistent felon, for those that don't know,
He said GTFO.
he said, no, he didn't say that. But he said, Mr. Wade, I see something in you. And this judge saw through me,
Yeah.
and said, I'm going to give you one more chance. After 5 chances prior,
Yeah.
this judge said, I'm going to give you one more chance. I'm going to send you to rehab. I think you can do this.
Yeah.
You got this. And he did. And I took full advantage of that. And here I am today,
Yeah.
a new man,
Yeah.
So, I mean, the spiritual part of this program is so amazing, dude.
Yeah.
And I was going somewhere with that from off something you just said.
Potato chip.
Ruffled it out.
No, but
Crispy.
damn it,
Bonfire.
It's okay.
it'll come back to me. But
Hamster on the wheel.
yeah,
Yeah. It fell. It fell. It's okay.
So many analogies, but structure. That's where I was going with that. Thank you, Sean, for waving the wand.
Yeah. He got back up.
Oh,
Sean.
fan in the flames.
The structure is what I needed. It made me who I am today. I didn't have structure in my life. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this program really humbles you to the
Yeah.
structure of how to begin living.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So I'm glad you said that. I didn't mean to cut
course
you off
you
right
are.
there. I didn't mean to cut you off, but
no, it was a segue to you.
yeah, I know it. So look, when I first started, I'll say, because I didn't really start my recovery journey until later on. You know what I'm saying? But when I first started getting sober, I was at rehab. I was at my my home group, and I spoke about this. You know what I'm saying? And, one of the things I talked about, like, uh, I had time over my head. I still have time over my head. I got 8 years over my head right now. You know what I mean? And it's like at first, my first, initial for a couple months. It wasn't like my first thought. It wasn't like that, but it was like every day for a couple months. My thought was like I can just go sit this time out because anybody can do time. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't involve nothing. That's the easy part, really.
Not me.
You know what I'm saying? The hard part, the hard part is being out here in the world. You know what I'm saying? And like really living like a changed life. You know what I'm saying? So like, that was the easy way out. You know what I mean? And I've always liked challenges. You know what I mean? I've always liked people challenging me to do, and I think that was really like when I told you I had that conversation with one of my brothers. Like he's like you sound stupid. You know what I mean? And he's the one that really challenged me to try something different. You know what I mean? And it was like it's like I clung to that. I needed that. You know what I'm saying? So hearing you talk about the structure part of it, like being locked up, that is, it's structure. You got someone telling you when to eat, someone tell you when to sleep, someone telling you when to get up, someone telling you when to make your bed. You know what I mean? All these different things, and it's like I too needed that, but I also needed that push to try something different. You know what I'm saying? Because that was for the longest time, like we was talking about the familiar. I can't even say the word.
Familiarity.
Yes, there you go. Of doing.
Couldn't hear you.
Yeah.
Familiarity.
Yes,
Good.
that one. Of doing something different. Like we're so used to doing things that we're comfortable with, that makes us feel comfortable, and like chaos and like doing everything other than the right thing.
It was time to
is-
get uncomfortable
it
and
was-
run to the unfamiliar.
Yes, there you go. Couldn't have said it better right there. And I needed that. I needed that, and that was the main part of when I was speaking that day, because I can recall like so many people came to me afterwards and were like, "That is absolutely like what I've been going through. It's what it is." And for me, it was that like I for the longest time, like I said, I always looked at it as like, okay, if I don't do this, I got 8 years to sit down in prison, and we're not talking about going to jail. We're talking about going to prison. Okay. No, I'm not afraid to go to prison, but I don't want to go there. Nobody wants to go to prison. You know what I'm saying? And the people that do want to go to prison, a lot of the time are already in jail. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to live that life no more. And really, that's what pushed me to try something different. Is because I'm tired of living that life. I'm tired of looking over my shoulder. At one point in time, I would sleep with my shoes on because at any point in time, it was time to get up and go, and I never knew when that was. You know what I'm saying? And I don't like living like that today. Like I can take my shoes off when I get home. I can take my socks off when I get home. You know what I'm saying? Take a shower, lay in bed. I'll tell you like this. Yesterday, the only thing I did was lay in bed all day long.
Same.
You know what I'm saying? And like I don't usually get to do that. You know what I'm saying? So like for me to actually be able to unwind and enjoy my time, even if it is just laying in bed all day, even if it is just playing a video game with my roommate, even if it is spending time with my girl, like even if it is doing these things, like I get to do them today.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm it's because of this program. It's because of my higher power. It's because of the complete psychic, and really when I say the complete psychic change, like it's not just a psychic change, it's a mental, physical, emotional, all that, everything changes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's a good feeling.
Yeah,
You know
just
what I mean?
like I never thought, and I mean, things have been going blessings upon blessings upon blessings. I mean, you got to trust the process and surrender to it. But the blessings do come because look, um, last week I told y'all that I had purchased my own home.
Yeah.
Never in a million years did I ever think I would own
Yeah.
my own home.
Home. Yeah. Yeah.
I thought I'd go to the rest of my life paying rent and
Yeah.
all that.
Yeah.
I owned my own home,
Yeah.
and that is something in 2 years' time, well, almost 3 years' time. 3 years ago today, I was still out there in the madness.
Yeah.
And here I am today. Just a short 3 years, because 3 years goes by quick if you think about it.
Yeah, it does.
Short 3 years, and I own my own home, man.
Yeah.
That is just so vastly amazing. To
Yeah.
me,
Fast.
vastly,
Fast.
vastly,
Fast.
vastly
Abundant.
amazing to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I mean,
Yeah, I mean, so in that same sense, I'll go ahead and might share a little bit of what I went through when I first got in recovery. So, uh, the last time I had owned a vehicle was like 2016. You know what I mean? So I never thought like I would ever get to the point where I own my own car again. You know what I mean? Primarily because at the time I was just selling drugs. You know what I mean? I got locked up and I ended up selling the car when I got out. So but I stopped selling drugs. That's the point I was getting at. I stopped doing that. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I'll never get to that point again. It didn't matter how hard I worked. You know what I'm saying? It didn't matter any of that thing. I wasn't gonna save enough money to do that. You know what I'm saying? Uh, so I started when I first got in recovery. When I first started my sobriety journey. I started working. I was getting paid $10 an hour. Okay, 3 months in, I
Bro,
bought a
that's
car.
a gut punch.
Yes.
yeah,
Yes. But the point I'm getting at though, the point I'm getting at this point right here though is like with only getting paid $10 an hour, you know what I'm saying, and putting forth the effort to get to that point where I own my own vehicle. 90 days in, just 3 months. Just 3 months of actually putting money aside, I was able to buy my car.
So you own your car.
It's not owned outright. I'm still making payments on it.
As am I.
But it's
As am I.
yeah, but it's
You will be
I
for
never
a while.
you know what I'm saying? Right. But it's not like at one point in time like that it was even far fetched for me. Like I never even had enough money really once I stopped selling drugs to even think about putting a down payment on a car to even drive a vehicle. You know what I'm saying? I've always had my license, but I haven't always had a car. You know what I'm saying? So when I finally in that 90-day period we had enough money to go do that,
Yeah.
I did
Back
that.
then, if you were going to drive it off the lot, it would have been theft.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? So for me, like that was one of the blessings that really came because like the promises doesn't say you're gonna get a car. It doesn't say that you're gonna do all these things. But if you put the work in, if you believe in your higher power, and you lean on that higher power, these doors will start to open up. You know what I'm saying? And like really, on my third month into the program that I was in is really when my mindset started to shift from where it was to where it is today, and it's still continuing to mold into what it is. You know what I mean? But that was when the doors began to open up for me. That's whenever the blessings started to come. Is when I realized like it's when I had my first spiritual experience. Is when I had my first I'll say the beginning parts of a complete psychic change. You know what I mean? And because of this program, because of the rooms, because of the program that I was in at the time, the rehab that I was in at the time, like I was able to accept the blessings because a lot of the times we see blessings but we block them.
Yeah.
We'll live off of like revenge. We live off of living in hate instead of with love. Like we start doing these things, and when you start having that psychic change, we do the opposite. You know what I'm saying? For me, it's like I'm living in the love. I'm doing everything because there's two ways to move. You can either move in hate or fear, move in love. You know what I'm saying? And I was talking to my sponsor, and he told me, he said, when you move in love is when you align yourself with God's will. Because I'm gonna use this analogy anyway. You know what I'm saying? Don't. But if you read the Bible or any part of the Bible, a lot of it is about love. Actually, pretty much the entire book is love. You know what I'm saying? Love thy neighbor. You know what I mean? And when you move in that direction, you're aligning yourself with God's will. We don't know what it is, but we know what it's not. You know what I mean? And so when you move in fear, you're going against that. You're straying off that path. You know what I mean? And so for the longest time, that's what I was doing. I lived in fear. You know what I mean? And like anger is a secondary emotion. It's not even a primary emotion, and it stemmed off of fear. I was a very angry person. Now today, I don't move in anger. I don't move with fear. I move everywhere with love. You know what I mean? And that is the difference between me then and me now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But all God. But all that right there.
What?
Yeah. But all that right there
That
stemmed
was
off
that
of.
was said with love.
I know
I
it.
love you.
Buddy, I love you
I
too.
love you
You know.
both.
Is this the love line now?
Oh.
No, Sean.
Okay.
No, Sean. Not at all.
Okay.
But I do. I love each and every one of you.
Yes.
From the bottom of my heart.
Dear diary, check Martin's coffee. So look, I've been told here recently that it's been suggested that I have ran people out of the meetings with too much Jesus.
Is there such thing?
Well, let me go ahead and elaborate on that a little bit, because up until that point, I had not mentioned Jesus by name.
Yeah.
No, I can't even tell you why. Okay, there was a reluctance for me to even mention the name.
Yeah.
I just felt maybe it was the rooms that had me feel like that. I'm not sure.
Is it working? Oh.
Are you all right
No,
over there?
buddy, I'm trying to get comfortable when I can't. Okay.
So,
There we go.
but upon hearing this on multiple occasions, I go ahead and share my experience and my strength and my hope, which is exactly that. It's not anyone else's, it's mine.
Yeah.
That's not to run anybody out of the rooms.
No.
That's just my experience, strength, and hope.
Yeah.
And I do mention Jesus by name. And I can't lie. It feels good when I do it. Okay.
I mean, it's the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and it also tells me in that big blue book, if you get reading in there, about not worrying about uh, satisfying or whatever it says. I'm going to butcher this. Uh, Satisfying the alcoholics because they've been satisfying themselves their whole lives.
Yeah.
If that's what it is, then send them to the Rotary Club.
Yes.
I mean, that's what the book says.
Yeah.
Okay. And basically, what that is saying is, just that. Just share my experience and my strength and my hope.
Yeah.
It also tells me in the big book, do not whisper his name.
Yeah.
It's to be loud and proud.
Yeah.
It is a we program, as they call it.
Yeah.
Selfishness and self-centeredness is the root of all my problems.
Yeah.
This program is so full of paradoxes. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Okay. Because all that being said, I must find myself being very selfish in my sobriety.
Yeah.
In my sobriety journey.
Yes.
I can't worry myself about how you feel.
Yeah.
Or what I may say that's going to run you out of the rooms. In all honesty, if you was going to run out of the rooms, you was already going out the rooms anyway. Regardless of what I said.
Yep.
And so it's like this tug of war going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm at this point where I either stay in the rooms, continue this sharing of my experience, strength, and hope.
Absolutely.
With the thoughts of the possibilities of somebody not coming back because of this, okay?
Mm-mm.
Or, because I have heard, there's some peoples that grow out of the rooms, and they will grow to the other more spiritual side and whatnot. But I don't know. It's just it's really been a tug of war for about the past month about that. You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't get to the promised land, the heaven or none of that.
Yeah.
By keeping Jesus secret.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's just how it is. I mean, I haven't read that much in the big book, but it is quite clear on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I'm glad you brought that up, though, because, like, okay, so the couple things, like, one, that's your truth. You know what I mean? Just like your story's different, my story's different. How we got to where we are, obviously, is different. We all believe in the same, I would assume, I'm going to assume right here, not saying that we do, but I'm going to assume that we all believe, you know what I'm saying, in the same higher power, okay? So there are people that get to where we are without believing in who we believe in or what we believe in. You know what I'm saying? And that's perfectly fine. But the point is that that's your truth. That's your experience. Is what you went through. This is how you got to where you are. And this is why you continue to do the things you do. I'm not for everyone to love.
I am proud to have Jesus in my life.
Absolutely.
And I am proud to tell anybody. There is no one I will ever say different to. I mean, Jesus is the reason why I'm here. God is the reason why I am where I'm at today.
Yeah.
And I am so grateful for that.
Jesus sees us.
And
yes.
And I pray to him every day. And, I wouldn't be here or alive without him in my life.
Yeah.
I guarantee you that.
Yeah.
And I'm so damn proud of that.
And see, when you were talking about, like, people.
I know you're glad I brought that up.
Well, I'm glad the whole situation got brought up because I've probably shared this with someone a couple times. Like this, once I think with you when we talked to Sean, and then once with my girlfriend. She was going through something at the time, and I had to explain to her that it's not her. So I'm gonna elaborate a little bit. People that choose to leave the room. And I'll even go even further. So some people choose to get high again. They like to manipulate other people. A lot of the times it's the people that they love or say they love anyway. It's your fault that I went and got high.
Yep.
Ooh.
It's your fault that I decided to leave the room.
Well, if
No.
you wouldn't have, or
Yes.
if you would
Yes.
have,
That whole if you did this, so I did that. Okay. So
that was me. Just so we're clear.
Man, this is a
yeah.
good cup of
So
coffee.
with
Guilty.
that right there, okay, we have to realize like at some point in time that it can no longer be because you did this, I did this. Because ultimately the bottom line is you did what you did because you wanted to do that. You know what I'm saying? So for those people that, come to a room or come to the rooms and will hear something that they don't like and instantly leave the room is because they were looking for a reason to leave the room. You know what I'm saying? They didn't want to be if I say something in the rooms, okay? Speaking on my experience, my strength, my hope, this is what changed me. This is why I'm the way I am. And you don't like it, doesn't mean stop coming back. It just if that's the case, then don't listen to what I'm saying. It's just like watching TV. Like if I don't like what's on the TV, I'm gonna change the television station to something else. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna keep listening to it. At the same time, though, take what you can from the situation, from
Yeah, you're
whoever
not
it is
going
that's
to leave the
speaking.
TV room. You're just going to change the
Change
channel.
the channel. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So like if it's me that you can't
Bless
you don't bless you. If you don't get the same whenever I speak, you know what I'm saying? I don't want you to leave the room. But if that is what you choose to do, if you choose to leave the room, you have to realize that you're not leaving the room because I was speaking. You didn't leave the room because I said what I said. You didn't leave the room because of anything other than the fact that you wanted to leave the room. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not for everyone to like, and I get that. Like I say, I'm okay with me today. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't like me, I'm sorry. So I'm sorry for you, not for me. I love who I am today. You know what I'm saying? I
I
love.
said that to somebody last night, to several different people last night. I
Yeah.
love me today.
Yes, and that's a big thing because
Absolutely.
especially coming from someone who had like a lot of self doubt, a lot of insecurities within myself. Like today, I love who I am today. So if I say something that offends somebody, you should probably go talk to somebody about that because it doesn't offend me.
Mainly your sponsor. If you
Mainly,
don't have a sponsor, maybe you should get a sponsor.
absolutely. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's the point of the fellowship. That's the point of coming to the rooms is because like I could say something that helps
Or
someone.
pray about it.
Or definitely do that too. You know what I'm saying? But I can say something
Sponsor's probably going to tell you to pray about it.
that will possibly help someone that's going through a similar situation. So it's like if I say something that you just okay, he's talking about Jesus, we speak on Jesus because that's who our higher power is. That's who we choose to call God. That's who we believe in. That's what we believe in. If you don't believe in that, that's fine. If you believe in Buddha, or honestly, really, if you don't even have a higher power, that's fine. That's the way you are doing you. You know what I'm saying? This program is a we program, but it is like you said, it's a very selfish program. I have to protect my sobriety. I have to protect me in the sense of where I'm going. You know what I mean? And by doing that, I lean a whole lot on Jesus. I lean a whole lot on God, and that's okay with me. If it's not okay with you, you should,
So this just come to mind, and very early on, I heard the saying, the parable, whatever it is, be the light.
Yeah.
All right. And then the verse comes to mind where it's speaking of the lamp. Nobody turns on a lamp, whatever, puts it under the table.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and that's what that is. I'm just showing the light that's been given to me.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
absolutely.
I mean, it says, for me, it says, the verse starts, the Lord is my shepherd and I shall not want. Because the Lord is my shepherd and I've made God my higher power, I do not want. I have everything I need.
Yeah.
I have my life. I have a home. I have a wonderful woman. I've got great friends. I don't need anything else. Everything else is,
So you bring that
oh,
up.
oh yeah, and a good job. Of course, you got to have the job.
You bring that up, and this is where the dilemma comes in.
Uh-oh.
For my in the back of my mind, because Jesus left the 99 for the one that strayed,
Mm-hmm.
and that's the one that went out the room.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if I run one off, that doesn't, it's no good for the 99 that are still there.
No, because The 99 that Jesus left behind are followers.
Yeah.
So they're good. He knows they're good to go. Let me go over here and get this straight. Y'all stay put.
That one that strayed is the one that left the room.
Right. Jesus went to go get him.
Yeah.
Right.
So the 99 that he left behind, he didn't really leave behind.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
we're talking about the room. So narrow that down to the room. And as I'm
I hate
speaking of
math.
as I'm speaking of my experience, and because I was the one,
Yeah.
I was the one that come in the room, and when you didn't have to say Jesus, bro.
Yeah. I was.
As soon as you said God, I was like, "Bow."
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I had great stipulations on this program that I was gonna
Yeah.
attend. you know.
Looking for a reason
And
to
it
leave.
didn't have nothing to do with God. It
Yeah.
had nothing to do with any. I literally Googled
Yeah.
rehab programs that do not have any 12 steps and does not deal with anything about a God.
Yeah.
And that was my stipulation.
How many did you find?
None.
I didn't think so.
That was going to be my program.
Yeah.
But like I said, I kept coming back and began to be a little bit more open minded.
You can still use the analogy I used and
it doesn't
have
help
a
the one that,
conversation with that person.
yes. I've
Yeah.
it's a touchy gray little area. Sometimes that one don't want help.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, the positions you can find yourself in.
That was the whole point. I was getting at, like, the protection
Well,
of
okay.
oneself.
So if you were going to do what what would Jesus do? Understand that you still love him. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
You'll be here when he comes back.
So what if he's walking Jesus down and trying to really want to fight with Jesus, like literally fight with Jesus, as Jesus was trying to help him?
You just gotta love him and walk away, man.
Yeah.
At a distance.
Yeah.
But, I'm gonna use the term the director of the program that I was in used. That you gotta feed these people with a long handled spoon, meaning, like, I love you. Okay, when you're ready, I'm here.
Yeah.
Until that point, I can still be here for you, but not as close as we may would once be. You know what I'm
within
saying?
reach.
Not within. Yeah, absolutely not. I don't have to bring myself down or let anything bring me down. Okay, if it's going to harm, not physically, but spiritually, emotionally, physically, even in any way to bring me back to where I was before. Okay, so, like, even if it's a close friend, you know what I mean, and they're doing whatever it is, and they're just absolutely, like, they're just not trying to change anything. I love you, absolutely, I do, but until you decide on your own that not only you want the help, but that you're willing to do what it takes to achieve said help. I
Because
can't.
eventually they're going to hit a spot.
Yeah.
I mean, what you have is what you have, and it is a great thing.
Yeah.
And there are lots of people out there that want what you have, but don't know how to get it.
Yeah.
And this person knows how to get it, but doesn't want it. Just keep what you got and let him know you can have it, man. Just come back anytime. You
continuously be there for him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just I can't put myself in a position to possibly go backwards. I've talked about this several times. I don't like even feeling like I'm going backwards. I don't like the thought of me going backwards. I don't like just putting myself in a position to be like that. You know what I'm saying? Because when I go backwards, I mean, the book says, you know what I'm saying? It's like a person who quits smoking. Like the first time you try and quit and then you go back to it, it's worse than it was the first time. And then when you try and stop again, it just progressively gets worse. You know what I'm saying? I know where I was at. I know what it felt like being where I was at. So if I go backwards, it's going to be twice what it was the last time. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to feel that. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm going through, or they're going through it, and they just also don't want the help, or they don't seem like they're putting forth the effort to help, I'm still here for you. I still love you like you was my brother before, but I can't put myself in that position. You know what I'm saying? And maybe at the time they probably won't really understand that. You know what I'm saying? Because selfish, self-centered. I want what I want. You know what I mean? And I want it now. But when they do get to that point, when they reach that point of wanting that help, you know what I'm saying? It's seeing why I was the way I was, they'll understand. You know what I mean? And sometimes it takes a dramatic or a traumatic incident for a person to reach that point. For me, I have reached that point so many times, and then finally, this last time was enough for me. You know what I'm saying? Some people got to go through it. Some people, I see it sometimes in here in the rooms. Someone's doing real good. The next thing you know, they're either getting high or getting drunk or they're locked up. And I don't like seeing those things right there, but they're not ready. That's the bottom line. They wasn't ready, or they got a piece of it and they was afraid of what it was turning into, so they went back. I mean that's okay. The doors are still open. You know what I mean? And that's the same way. Like I love you. I'll always be here for you. But until you decide or are ready to do the right thing, I can't put myself in a position to hurt myself. I can't put myself in a position to go backwards. I just can't do it. You know what I mean?
Bada bing.
Bada boom.
That help you a little bit? I see you got a smile on your face. That's always
Oh,
good.
and
Sean.
so I also wanted to add into this. I heard something the other day, and it was, of course, it was Kevin Gates. Who figures? This is what he said. He said, "Nothing external adds value." Okay. Now, what he meant by that is like, it doesn't matter if you got a Porsche or Lambo. It doesn't matter how big your house is. It doesn't matter how little your house is. It doesn't matter what job you work. It doesn't matter any of those things, but you are enough. You are enough. It doesn't matter the amount of money that you have in your pocket, the amount of money that you don't have in your pocket. None of that adds value to you. You add value to you. You know what I'm saying? And for the longest time, it really hit me when he said that, because I felt like I wasn't enough. Like for the longest time in my life, I wanted to just kill myself because uh, I didn't feel adequate enough for anybody. You know what I'm saying? Not for my kids, not for my family, not for the job that I had, not for anything. You know what I mean? So when he said that, it really hit me, because nothing, if it's external, it doesn't add value to you. You add value to you. You know what I'm saying? And it's like that. This is what it is. You are enough.
So what I hear is, check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Absolutely.
Well, it took a long time for me to. I mean, I valued myself to a certain extent, but I had a very low self-esteem,
Yes.
and
Choo choo.
it took some learning and some sober time to realize, that I am somebody
Yes.
with something,
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
and that was very hard for me
Yes.
because I really, really was down on myself very hard, like both internally and externally.
You just got to remember, Martin, you might not be everybody's cup of tea, but you are somebody's cup of tea.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sean.
Yeah. I mean, and it goes back.
I need a shirt that says that. That is, wow.
And that goes back to like what I was saying. Like I'm not meant for everyone to love. I'm not meant for everyone to like.
Bro, you either love to hate me or hate to love me.
Period.
Welcome to the fan club.
Period.
Sean, that just, thank you.
And a lot of the issues that I have for the
I
self-esteem.
want to hug Sean right now.
I know it.
That was
It's
a
deep.
cold piece right there.
But it's the truth though. Like for the longest time, like most of my life growing up, I was put down. You know what I'm saying? I had I called him a good friend at the time. He would always tell me like, you're just gonna be a statistic. You know what I mean? Needless to say,
just did a mic drop on that, Sean.
Needless
That
to
was
say,
just-
I don't like statistics. You know what I'm saying? I try and break those. But the point is I'm getting at is like most of my life I was put down to made to feel like I wasn't good enough. I shouldn't do this because, of this reason. You can't do that because of this reason. And like most of my life I went through believing that like I wasn't enough. You know what I mean? And
Absolutely.
you know what? But you know what I'm saying? That was one of the harder things for me to grasp too. Realizing like, self-esteem is what one thinks of themselves. And for those of you that go through the whole self-esteem issues, like You just have to believe in yourself, and sometimes it takes someone else believing in you
What the
Yes,
hell?
for
you
you
and
to.
Martin both have a good point there.
Yeah. Sometimes it takes someone to believe in you, you know what I'm saying, for you to realize that like you are worth it. You know what I mean? And like for me, I had a conversation with a couple people, one of them being recent and then one of them being a year or so ago, that like I realized like I do add value to the world. I don't take away from it anymore. You know what I'm saying? I do add value to myself just by being myself. I don't have to be something that I'm not. You know what I'm saying? And but it's at the same time like all this like it's okay to not feel inadequate. It's okay for you to feel like that. You know what I'm saying? It's okay for you to like for me like I wanted to die at one point in time. It's okay to feel like that. As long as you don't put forth that action to do this, you know what I'm saying? And just try something other than, that right there, like it's okay to feel like that. It's a natural emotion whenever you're depressed. It's a natural emotion to go through something like that, being in the situations that we were in. You know what I'm saying? Uh but today I don't feel like that. Today I love myself. Today I love being alive. I choose to live rather than choose to die. You know what I'm saying? And that is also
Well,
a big part for me.
on that tip, I have a certain outlook on that
Tip.
because, yeah, tip. On that tip, I have a certain outlook on that. Um, okay, so I gift you a gold chain.
Mhm.
It's a gift from me to you.
Yeah.
You're not going to go to the pawn shop with that gift. Respectfully, you're not.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? God gifted us life. It would be so disrespectful to take it.
To take it. Yeah.
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 Because God gifted you that. That is
Yeah.
the gift to have from
Yeah.
God. So that's how I look at that.
Yes. Okay. The reason I said
No, I understand why
Yeah.
you said what you said. I was just putting my input on
right.
that topic.
Well,
You know what I'm saying?
where I was getting at though, it was the reason I said it's okay to feel like that. You know what I mean? Is because if I didn't feel like that, if I never had felt like that right there, okay, I wouldn't be able to be of support to someone that does feel like that or maybe feeling like that.
Right. You
You know
didn't
what I'm saying?
follow through, so yeah, you're
So
good.
you know what I'm
there.
saying?
Yeah.
And I mean, it's just like someone.
As long as you know that these feelings are not facts and these are not true.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, and that's what I was getting at too. Like, I couldn't be of support to someone. Like, okay, so if I'd never gone through addiction, if I'd never, been on that side of everything, right?
Right.
I couldn't be of support to someone who is going through addiction, right? Because I didn't know. I don't know. I had no prior knowledge to the situation. I just couldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? If I wasn't an angry person growing up, I couldn't be of support to someone who is angry or is still dealing with anger issues because I had never been that type of person.
Right.
So allowing myself to feel uh at one point like I wanted to die, allowing myself to feel anger, allowing myself to feel depression, allowing myself to feel these different feelings uh allows me now to help somebody. You know what I'm saying? Because I can be of support. I know what it's like to feel like this. I know what it's like to go through addiction. I know what it's like to feel inadequate. You know what I'm saying? And like I'm grateful that I'm able to really be of support to someone who's really going through the same situations that I've been going through. You know what I mean? Like that. And that's a huge part for me because, like I said, I didn't like people. At one point in time, I hated people, genuinely hated people, and like today, like I'm able to support somebody, not in the sense of like money wise, you know what I mean, but spiritually, I can help somebody physically
That's priceless in itself.
in itself, right? You know what I mean? And as long as I can do that today, as long as I'm able to give someone or pass what I have on to someone else and maybe guide them in the right direction, it's all I want. That's all I need. You know what I'm saying? Like I wake up and I need to help somebody. You know what I mean? There's days, like I said, Saturday, I didn't do nothing. I just stayed in bed all day. You know what I mean? But there are days where, I just got to chill. But a lot of the times when I get up, I try to help somebody. You know what I
gotta
mean?
Make your time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Self-care is important.
Like I treated myself this week to some self-care.
Boyfriend night.
Wow. Oh,
Wow.
so that was it was actually okay. So the other day, what was it?
Oh.
Friday.
Why are you fumbling so bad, bro?
Backpedaling.
Friday was no. The reason I was trying to figure out where he was
Oh,
going with that.
geez.
Yeah.
So Friday was International Boyfriend's Day.
So what day's girlfriend day? Is that
It
Valentine's
was a
Day?
couple of weeks ago, but I just found out about there even being those two such things Friday.
Of course, you found out about Boyfriend's Day, though.
Well, I overheard someone at work. They brought their boyfriend flowers.
Nobody there has girlfriends.
And I thought it was his birthday, so I said happy birthday, and it wasn't his birthday. And she said, no, today's International Boyfriend's Day. So I got him flowers. And I was like, what? There's an International Boyfriend's Day? She said, yeah, 2 weeks ago it was International Girlfriend's Day. You didn't know about this? And I'm like, no, I didn't know about it. So, of course, I took that home with me.
In the doghouse. Woof.
But anyway, see, I just, where was I going with that? Oh, yeah. No, I don't remember where I was. Thanks, Sean.
You doing self-love and stuff for Boyfriend's Day.
Wow, he had my back. So I treated myself to, I bought a piece of musical equipment, and it was pretty badass, and I was just really happy with it. But I did, some self-care, something for myself.
Yeah.
Costed a few pennies. Costed a few pennies, but what's the matter? Is it broke?
It keeps leaning into my
Is it
face, bro.
broke?
We're not going to talk about is it broke.
Technical difficulties.
I don't know what y'all are talking about. You're holding yours. Yours won't stay. I'm not having any issues over here.
Yeah, of course you're not.
Except for my
Mike.
Check.
my spit guard has a tear in it. That's all.
Are you trying to say that your mic is better than ours?
I'm not trying to say my mic is better than yours. I'm just saying I'm being very careful with mine because these things seem to be falling apart.
It does. So I've honestly, I got to order a new mic stand.
We gotta just get a whole new system.
Yeah.
Now that we've got all these thousands of viewers out there, we might be able to afford a better system.
Yeah, well, let's not fool anybody. There's nothing coming in, okay?
I know.
There's nothing
Yeah.
coming
I
in.
know. That's exactly what I'm saying. I was being sarcastic.
That wasn't as good as it usually does, but it's okay.
Sarcastic.
There it is.
Look, they're lining up.
Look, whoa. Let's focus.
Yeah. Sidetracked. Squirrel.
Well, I was just looking up in the balcony. All the
Bird.
People, no,
Chirp.
there's no balcony.
Chirp.
Did you? That was pretty good. Did you hear that?
No.
He said chirp, and he did it pretty good.
Work.
And then there were two.
Still three.
Three.
Still three? Okay.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So why aren't there any knock jokes about America?
Right.
Because freedom rings.
Womp.
That's a real knee slapper right there, buddy.
Yeah, well, you didn't slap your knee, you slapped the chair.
Chair
So you
slapper.
didn't.
What's it called when 5 ants rent an apartment with 5 other ants?
I don't know, Sean. What?
They're 10 ants.
That's a good.
Ain't no way. But yeah.
What do you call a female that burns her bills?
Bernadette.
Really, I didn't answer yours.
Oh.
Why did the? No, I'm not telling.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah. Saved by the man in green. Because that's what color
So-
he's wearing.
Yeah.
With a needle and thread.
No,
Sometimes.
sometimes. But they can be seeds too.
Yeah.
Which are the seeds that we're using.
Right
We're
now,
sowing seeds for people.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that was very good right there.
Yeah,
Great lead in, Sean.
I like it. So now you're saying we're farmers.
In a sense.
Hey, haw.
In a sense, we are. Am I lying?
Mm-mm.
Think about it.
Now
In
we're
a sense,
tigers.
we are farmers.
Yeah. Yes.
I lived in Bullitt County for a long time.
Man.
Zip codes EIEIO.
Oh my God.
Yeehaw.
Yeah,
It's where the boys are men and the sheep run scared.
Oh my God.
you said earlier in my line. No, you're not a lion. You're a tiger, buddy.
Yeah. I gotta leave that one alone too, because I'm an Aries. I'm actually a Ram.
Yeah, I wasn't going that far with it. Listen, it's
We're
okay,
just
buddy.
doing
I'm
animals.
if that's the case, you know what I'm saying.
I'm a Cancer.
Yeah, he's a.
Crab.
If that's the case, I'm a scale.
A hoop.
A scale, like a
scale
like
or
a triple
fish.
beam balance. No,
No.
no.
Is that a different one?
Yeah,
Oh.
I'm a triple beam balance. The
Oh.
scale, the Libra scale.
Ew.
This is it's not as funny as it used to be to me, but I'll just go ahead and say it. So when I first started selling drugs or doing dumb shit, I used to say, because I found out the sign for a Libra is the scale, and I used to tell everyone like I was born to trap because it's a weight
not funny.
mismeasurement. It's not funny.
So.
Anyhow, but like the way my mindset changed and all that right there, like you know what I mean. It's crazy what this psychic change can do to somebody, because one thing we found used to be amusing to us, we realized like that's not funny at all. It's actually kind of sad, really.
Right.
Yeah, so I feel like I was set up for a criminal behavior from the get-go. My mom gave me like 5 names. Sean, Ryan, Anthony, Kyle. They just set that up any way that's fitting.
Yeah.
That's only 4.
I got about 5 last names to choose from. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Or
combo.
Boom. 5-piece. McNugget.
What?
Nugget. Did I say something wrong?
No.
Sometimes quickly.
My
Sometimes
nugget.
Yeah.
Same 2 G's. What are you doing?
He's cleaning out his ear.
Are you trying to hear what you're saying?
Yeah.
Our Father
is a great father.
Yeah. Sometimes I have to close my eyes to see my thoughts.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It's a good one.
This message has been brought to you in part by the number 8.
And the letter 3.
Off
Under
the
17 not admitted. Credit cards not accepted.
I like. Yeah. God.
Sit,
Bless
Ubu. Sit.
America. Huh?
Sit, Ubu. Sit.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah. It was always after Seinfeld.
It was also after George Lopez.
Yeah. Same company.
It is.
Mad about you.
Oh, Paul Reiser.
Ain't no way.
All right, so I think we'll go into closing here.
Well, no.
Fresh Prince of Stell Air.
Wow.
Oh.
That was fire right there. Fire. So, again, please leave a grateful. Oh, grateful.
We're going to start with Sean first.
Sean
we'll go this
first.
way, yeah.
I'm grateful to be sick like this and not like that.
Wow.
That's
How
a
long
good
did it take for you to... Wow, that was fire right there.
Yeah.
I am grateful not to be sick like that.
Or this.
And I'm grateful for everybody that tunes in. And once again, grateful to Haley for the sign.
We will get on to the comment department and have them comment on your comments too. Sorry, we'll do better.
Yes, we
yeah.
will. We reply to your comments, but like last week, we only had 1. So that's kind of, I don't know what happened there, but you guys need to like, share. The more you share, the more people can subscribe.
And the more people can comment.
And they can comment. And on your comments, like 2 episodes ago, we had a bunch of people leave gratefuls. So let's go back to that. Leave a grateful when you comment.
Yeah, and then I'm grateful that I have the ability today and not just the ability, but the want and the drive to help someone really change their life. You know what I'm saying? I'm grateful that I've been put and I've gone through what I've gone through to get to where I am today.
Bless you.
You know what I'm saying? I'm very grateful for that. And I would like to say that we, as you know, as Potluck Podcast, because yes,
You're welcome.
because we
I ain't
are.
gonna say what else he told me to say.
Oh God, because
I didn't tell you.
You said, say thank you, Nick.
Okay.
Okay.
because you know, as much as if you when you read the our posts and when I share the Potluck Podcast, I say that we are the Potluck Podcast. When I mean by we, it's not just us. You, the viewers, are Potluck Podcast. You know what I mean? That's where I draw that from. Because as a whole, we are Potluck Podcast, and we are your recovery based podcast. We love you. Like, share, comment,
I
subscribe.
like how he said that. We are your recovery-based podcast.
Absolutely,
We are.
Yeah.
we
I
absolutely
can't
are.
hear
We are.
you. I can't hear you.
We are. We are. All right. Is that all?
We love each and every one of you, and we'll now close with the Lord's Prayer.
Who makes the moon shine?
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever.
Like, share, and subscribe.
Coming back.
Comment.